Blitz, Binkles, Bella, and Okra. These names are just some of the dogs that the Austin Animal Center posted on the urgent placement list.
This is trying to get placement for these dogs so that, euthanasia isn't on the table.
The Austin Animal Center currently has 29 dogs on the list. Dogs who have longer shelter stays or certain behavioral issues. These dogs are at the top to be moved out because there just isn't enough space at the shelter, and they don't want to be forced to euthanize these animals just to make room. But Kelsey Clare with the shelter says it feels like it could get to that point.
We feel a little bit like we're in between a rock and a hard place. In April, we took in 71 more dogs than we got out. We're just not seeing the kind of foster and adoption levels that we have in the past, and it's led to essentially a bottleneck of medium-large dogs.
Claire says the shelter has been at capacity for years, and this just isn't where they hoped they'd be.
Euthanasia is always a last resort, and we have been doing a ton of things to try to avoid getting to that point.
She says the Austin Animal Center has been waiving adoption fees since June of 2023, offering monetary incentives to rescue partners to take dogs. And even just last week, the shelter sent out 24 dogs to supporting facilities to make space. But unfortunately, she says it still isn't enough. The list is a last resort, but Claire says right now it isn't a death sentence, and the shelter is required to put out a 48-hour notice if that changes.
I'm really hoping that we don't have to go there.
Efforts still continue. The Austin Animal Center only has one location in East Austin, but staff is hoping to change that because cities of a similar size have multiple. Staff is also hoping city leaders approve a promising budget this upcoming summer in favor of the shelter. But until then, the plea for the public's help continues.
We haven't yet had to get to the point where we have to make those hard decisions, and we're really hopeful that we never get to that point.